So today I'm going to show you how to create a database with Microsoft Access. But before we really doing that, we should have our design done. Like, I'm planning to create a customer delivery database, right? So why I need to do that? Because I want to create a system to keep track on the package or delivery status, right? So I need to assign a tracking number to the package. Then the database will provide a way to search for the package location, the date and the time, right? And where it is, pretty much just keep tracking by using the tracking number. So also I should be able to find delivery to and from locations for each package. Also the name of the customer or the one who delivered the product and the name of the recipient, and all the addresses too. Now I know that I want to do that on my database, but how am I going to make a system that can do that? That's going to be the design part that we said how. So last class we said we need to be able to identify all the fields. That's how you design it. Like, based on your question, I said I want to keep tracking the number for the package. So I'm going to create a package table, and the fields for the package should be tracking number, right? And the date, because I'm talking about the date and time, right? Ship date and time. I know when it's leaving and where is it, last location, date and time, and expected date that the recipient's going to receive it, right? Also location, when we say location of the package, it should not be on the package table. It should be on separate table, which is the address table. I name it location table, which is going to have the address ID that's telling us where is the package now, right? With the street number, city, state, zip, and country, which links back to package table. That makes sense? Then I also want to know who is the name of the person who delivered. So that's why the sender ID links to the name of the person who delivered. And these are the foreign keys, right? So I need to do the italics, right, for the foreign keys. And now the primary key we bold it and we underline it, so to identify those are primary key. We use the primary key to link back to the package through the foreign keys. Then I know who sent it, first name, last name. But if I want to further investigate on the location of address of the sender, then I have the location and the sender. But how are we going to make a relationship between these two? So we have residence table, where I can say sender live in this address ID, link back to location, right? As well as the recipients, the same thing. I know who is going to deliver, the name and last name, and I know the address of the recipients from this residence, sender recipients, and also the address of its own package, right? So it all depends on the residence here. That identify back to the location, right? And now I think this design actually need to revise a little bit here. The reason we make the resident table, because we said one sender can have multiple locations. It could be your office, it could be your home. Sender can live in more than one place, as well as recipients. Like recipient name can live more than one place too. So that's why we make the resident table to take care of that. But the package cannot show up in two different places at a time. So I don't really need this here. So I can actually link it back directly to here, address ID here. They know where the package is. Okay, so this design has to be revised. Now, these are foreign keys, so we are going to italics them. See, I'm checking on my design here before I really start to implement it. It's very important to make the design correct Otherwise, it's going to be a problem later on. Now we know that we don't want to see just the address location. We should be able to email them, or we should be able to call them, right? In case there's something wrong with the package, right? It's say we should be able to contact the customer from the contact table. Here we have the contact email, cell phone, home phone, work phone by using contact ID. That means I need to link the contact ID back to my sender and recipients by creating a contact book table so I can link them, right? So contact ID, recipients, and sender. The reason why we want to create a new table because this is many-to-many relationships means one recipient can have many contacts. I can have more than one phone number, more than one emails, right? As well as the senders. That's why we need to create a new one. If it's not many-to-many, then we can just directly link back to the sender through here, right? Comma contact ID. But if I do that, it's going to create a duplicate. And sender ID is primary key is unique. We not allow duplicates. All right. Any question on the database design before we move on? Yes.
Would under contact book would the contact ID be foreign?
Under the contact book, contact ID, yes, that's foreign. We need to italics them. Wait, correct. Any other questions? Or I'm going to save this. And normally in database design, we like to have a session for the data dictionary. Okay, to explain what is it. Like if you're not the one who know the topic, you're not the one who relevant in this. It's very hard when you first start. What is address ID, right? That's foreign to you. So the location of the package. There you go. Let's explain what it is, right? So it happens the same you should do for all the fields. Okay, like first name, last name may be okay because you can guess, right? That it's going to be first name or sender and last name. Now I'm not going to worry about the rest. Like maybe contact book is also something that we want to define, right? Contact book ID now defines the relationship of between what customer and we use sender, right? Sender define relationship. Let's say maybe the better way is define sender contacts, right? Okay, this is going to store sender contact information, right? Sender and recipient contact information, right? So that should do, right? Like store, where it says store, actually I define the table name, identify the fields. So let me define the table name here. Contact book, right? Now the fields pretty much identify, right? ID identify each, because they can have one or more, right? Identify each sender or, right? Because it's going to be one at a time, either or. Each sender contact information or recipient contact information. That makes sense? So just clarify it, what it is, then it's easy to understand. We can do with the rest too. But now we're done with the design. It looks good. We're going to start to create a table, start from package. We use this as a guideline. You launch your access. We use 2013 version. We're going to name it customer delivery. I like to not have the caps, I mean the spaces. Okay, when I create this table name and things like that. It's already there because I showed you last time, right? So let's say we create it for the one who never have it. Now let me bring it back up. So I did create the tables already. So this one just do enable in order to add it. I have the package table. I have the sender table. Now let me just show you how to create this table. For the one who just start from scratch, you can just go to create, click on table. Now let's say I want to create a location table, but this is very good point before you really want to create. Sometimes you don't want to create it in order like that. It depends because they have relationship. Make sense? So you have to think about which one should go first. Like sender is easy one, recipient is easy one, right?
We start from the easy
The one that has no foreign key, right? You should start from those. So let me just create the one for, I have sender, let me do recipients, right? So I just create a new table and name it as recipient. And I like to caps, right, for the name of the table, make it caps. The fields, I just put it lowercase with underscore. Now I have the recipient. Now I start to identify the fields. The easiest way is just switch to design view and start to type it. So I have res. Now I say I want to use lowercase recipient ID. The case doesn't matter, but it's just a way to make it like more conventional, right? When I read it, it's understandable, easy to read and use. No spaces. It's very important to have no spaces. It's okay not to use the underscore, but the problem is when you do the query later on, it's going to make it more complicated on the syntax. So it's good practice, just don't use any white spaces or spaces between the name, underscore between the word. First name should be short text, looks fine. This is the type, right? Like recipient ID is auto number, always generate by itself when I insert a new recipient. As the number. Last name, short text is fine. And when you have the data dictionary, this is actually where the definition should go. If you already have the data dictionary for that, you can just copy and paste the definition here.
So you don't actually have to have a dictionary as long as you put it in there, but it's just nice to have one for somebody else.
It's require you to create one as the documentations for that database.
Gotcha.
Okay. And this is just defined again, right, at this point. Now, we have the recipients, we have the sender. So what's next? Let me just check the sender. Sender should have, when you click design, that looks fine. So we have sender, recipient. Maybe, what table that you want to do next? Let's say, we said the easy one with no foreign key, contact, right? So let's create a contact then. Create table. We're going to name it, save it first, click on save. So caplet is the name of the table, contact. So the same thing, let's switch back to your design view here. Then we're going to be able to name the field contact underscore ID. And what else? Auto number, that's fine. So we have email address, email address, right? So what should be the type of email address? Short text is fine, right? Now let's see, we should talk about this at this point. So if you look at the bottom part, this is the field properties, right? The field property here is actually the place where you can modify your fields. You can put the validation rules, input mask, We need to save the table first.